Hello everyone, Jasper from Yellow Glove Productions here, and today I've got a very special guest on. So would you like to introduce yourself and your business?
I'm Paul Gannon. I run Gannon's Martial Arts and Gannon's Dojos, which is a chain of karate classes throughout England at the moment. By the way, Jasper is one of our Black Belt alumni, so he's not looks like a mild-mannered videographer, he's actually a little bit of a badass.
Certified dangerous man. Obviously, this January 30 challenge, I'm talking about everything video. So I guess the first question is, how have you used video in your business?
Well, back in the day, before you people and mobile phones and stuff, this is in the late 80s. We were actually videoing our curriculum, like our katas and our kicks and everything, because my dad had a video camera, right? Oh. So we got that, and we went to this hall where we used to train, and it was so funny. If we had one of those videos, we wouldn't say anything, we'd just be like there in front of the screen, and we'd say the name of the cat, or round kick, and we do the round kick, right? No talking, no banter, no nothing. And we sold quite a lot of those curriculum videos, and years later people used to say, yeah, we used to have one of those videos. That's a different thing, but the idea of obviously using video to promote what you do and to enable your customers or your clients, or in our case our students, to get the best out of the training we're using videos is like nothing new to us. In fact, since you could do video on Facebook, we're on it. And then since you could do adverts on video, we're on that a little bit as well. So using it quite a lot.
Awesome. So just to touch on Facebook adverts, that's been a big thing for video, because I know like the first very early promos I did was actually like, I think it must have been one of the first videos I did as a business was for your school.
Yes, it was. It certainly was. I got to say with videos or any marketing, regardless of who you use to do filming or whatever, it's good to get people to help you, but you got to understand what you're advertising, what you're marketing. You've got to understand the story of what you're trying to tell and the end result you want, because whoever's helping you, whether it's an editor or a videographer or someone doing web design, they can only do what you tell them to do. And if you give them the wrong message, that really doesn't help. So it's good for you to really understand it, and even understand filming a bit and lighting and all this kind of thing, because if you don't, you might have some very professional helping you, and you end up with a product or a result you don't want. So get involved in it as much as possible and communicate with them as much as possible. I think when I digressed off the question there, didn't I, Jasper?
Something I was going to talk about, like communication between both the client and the videographer as well, because I remember basically when filming the kids' classes, don't get them sparring, because that's not exactly what parents want to see, which is a very interesting point psychologically in an advert.
Yes, in fact, with some of our recent adverts, there's been no martial arts on them at all. We got one where a kid's just running around with a helmet on his head, running around the living room like he's going a bit stir crazy, and it says, if you don't want your kids climbing the walls, or something like that, get them to go karate. And it went really well. It was a really good little advert, so we just put the message going across there. Sometimes martial art instructors, when they do videos, have to like really show people what they do. They know what we do. We're martial arts, do punching and kicking and self-defense. So we haven't got to like really make it obvious what we do. We know what is important is to show them an image or an attitude or emotion of what we do, and hopefully it will reflect that when they come into our classes. You know. For example, particularly if you're martial arts, if you're promoting discipline and self-control, and they go down to your classes and like there's kids running around like little monkeys, you know, they're going to straight away think that's not what I saw in the advert, even if it's only subconsciously. But if you promote we have fun and it's really cool for the kids, and they are running around like monkeys, they'll think that's fine, because that's actually what they sort of expected. No matter what your sort of ad is, you are putting across a little bit of what your product's going to really be about. Otherwise, it's not going to work no matter how much advertising you do.
Since the whole fun of COVID, how has the way you use video changed?
We put lessons on Facebook, on live Facebook. And the reason why I didn't go into Zoom was not a petty reason, but when I used Zoom before, it just didn't seem to work half the time. It's probably my fault. And it took me a while to realise that, a month really, that doing it on Zoom and stuff isn't really going to work. Not on Zoom, on Facebook Live or YouTube isn't really going to work. You've got to teach the students. Then we went on to Zoom, and we did keep some of our students, but of course the lockdown for us in Leicester, most areas it was 3 months before they couldn't take class. We couldn't take class for over 4 months. because it was extended here, and so we lost a lot of our student base. But we did keep a fair chunk, and they were training every week, and we had to adapt how we taught, because if someone's in a kitchen next to the oven and they're cooking the rice and beans, you can't be doing jump kicks in there. So we adapted our curriculum, adapted how we did it, and we had to invent new things they could do in like the living room and get parents to help out and stuff. It's still obviously not much fun as real classes, but that's what we had to do. There was nothing else. So this time around, when we had the last lockdown, which I think was November, we were all ready to go.
Moving on from the Zoom then, you've also done, and before COVID obviously, it's been a couple of years now, you've been using Facebook Live as well, which is yet another way of video. So how have you been using that within business?
Yeah, mainly because people tell you to do it, but I think, well, there's this idea, with us, we market, we get students, we enroll them in our classes, but I think if you've got a sort of a long-term customers or subscription memberships or students as we call them, you need to keep marketing towards them. Even though they're coming class, you need to keep reminding them of what the product is, what the benefits are, and there's lots of ways, of course, of doing that. In martial arts, we have belt tests and belt promotions which remind them, but also doing video lessons or ideas or just telling them what we're up to. It makes it a bigger thing if you're out there on social media and doing videos. It reminds them more, everyone that sort of sees that post, that it's a worthwhile endeavour. But if you do Facebook Live, don't just go on Facebook Live with no prep. There's all sorts of apps you can get which have, you can script it if you got it on your phone. But because when I film things, I'm quite far away from my phone. Plus, I don't want to wear my glasses when I'm on camera. I don't want to be a geeky guy. You not clearly need glasses, right? This is what I do. I print it out on really big sheets of paper and shove it behind my phone, behind my phone on a board, so I can actually remind myself of the script. I think that just helps.
Any final words at all on video in business?
So, another way we use video, didn't say, we use it for our training, for our new instructors.
Of course,
we have instructors from all over the country, and there's all sorts of platforms where you can get, like online courses. Obviously, you can have text for sure, but having video lessons for them, for our online training is like, for our instructors is like really good. Someone said to me when I started in 1992, when was it, 1992, full time, you could have your own TV station, you could have your own editor, and it will be there. You could publish for free, and but we get so complacent we don't use it right. And we've all done this in business. You do it like for a few weeks, like you do it for a few weeks. You do your posts for a few weeks, then you just stop doing them.
I'm never going to post a video again after January. That's
exactly.
The
So
plan.
just keep going, be consistent with it. Even if a lot of the times you do Facebook Lives and stuff, it is to your own customers, it is to your own people. You're not really getting new customers a lot of the time. It depends on what your business is, but we wouldn't, because obviously they'd be outside our bubble. But it just reinforces what you do, and you should look after obviously your own clients, your own students in our case, and the more you do of that, the better.
So yeah, I think that's it. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed that talk. Yeah.
See you later.
Bye for now.